I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine.
Kia ora, hello, namaste, sat sri akal. Last week we learned how children develop the language, right? Now we will learn how children develop imagination. Let's brainstorm in this word first. What is imagination? Play. It's some people say it's a dramatic play because children do dramas, right? They create their own stories and play dramas. For example, they may do a Red Riding Hood story and they dramatized, or pigs and they act like a pigs and a wolf, or they may create their own stories going to the farm and they act like a cat. They say meow meow, or they act like a mouse and say quick quick, or they act like a cow and say moo 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 moo, right? There's so many dramatic things happen up, or they simply just do row row their boat song and they just do dramatic from there. But some people say imaginary play is also a play of a pretend play because children think themselves they are the Bob the Builder, or they think themselves I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, and they just act like those kinds of things. They act like what their mom do every day, or when they're sick they go to hospital and they see what the doctor do, right? They get their They may use a stethoscope to scope and check their friend's heartbeat, right? They will protect like they've been sick, right? So that's called the imaginary play. That imaginary play will keep growing in their life as they grow, right? Their age grows up. They keep developing that thing. They pretend to be another person, creature, or they can be like a panda. They may dress up as a panda and they become panda, right? Or they may become like a dinosaur, right? And they do row row row. So that's their imagination. That's how they dwell. And in our story, we also seen that the Troy was having a dream about his house and acting like a Bob the Builder because his imagination was the Bob the Builder builds the houses and he wants to be a Bob the Builder. Why imagination is important in children's life? Because it helps to boost their social skills. They learn how to interact with their friends, how to interact when they go to hospital with doctor, how they interact with the shopkeeper when they go to shopping, how to interact like a baker in the baker shop. That's how they develop their social skills. And then they also develop their emotions. If they are sick, they're able to tell the doctor, "Oh, I'm sick today." They may cry and tell, right? And if they're happy, right? Their birthday, they go to baker shop and say, "I'm happy today. It's my birthday. Can you bake a cake for me?" You know, those kinds of emotions comes out. They can be a creative. They can create a house for themselves using so many blocks. They can use the blocks to build a tower, build a house. Their cognitive development develops because they use their different languages. Adults ask the questions, what are you building? What are you going to buy at the shop when you go to countdown? What are we going to buy today at a supermarket? What will you tell to the doctor when we go to doctors today? You know, those kinds of questions when they ask, their language develops. They physically develops because when they act like a dinosaur, roar, right? They jump, they make their sounds. So their body develops, their physical movements develops. Their linguistic skills develops because they're being creative, they use different languages, they learn how to use a variety of words, how to use vocabulary. In last video, we learned that children develop more than 2000 words, right? That's how they develop because they develop going through the imaginary things. They imagine to be baker, right? And they're learning how much I have to pour an ingredient in to make my cake. How much I have to pour the milk. How much I have to pour the flour. So they're learning those language. They're learning measurements. Critical skills children will take into adults. Those kinds of skills they will take it into adult life because they're not been stopping only in the childhood to baking, right? They may grow up and they learn how to be a baker later on. Children learn vital life skills. They learn if somebody is at home sick, how to call the ambulance. Then because they've seen it, mommy taking me to doctor, what doctor does. Or when I was a child, I was sick, mommy called the ambulance to go to the hospital. If they got a fire at their place, they know how to call the fire brigade, right? Those skills will be vital in their life in future. So there's a 10 ways we can nurture our children's imagination. One is read. Talk and tell stories. We can read lots of things to them. We can tell the stories. At the time when they have a sleep time, right? In the night, you can tell their stories about the daytime. I went to this shop. At my work, this has happened. What happened at your kindy? Talk to them. Let them tell their story. What a teacher did today. What your friend did today. Tell them. Let them tell all the stories. Open-ended material. Toys and activities. This is just a ball, right? But it can be turned to so many things. Maybe child turns to as a basket and put his toys in there. Nice. It's an open-ended toy, right? This is a cup, right? Child knows we can drink a water, milk or something. But he may turn into a measuring cup. He may pour to make something. This is a boat for us, right? He may turn into something else. And he thinks maybe it's a train. And he started to ride like a train. Right? Those kinds of things. Unstructured time, unstructured play. Means there's no time limit for them. Let them play as many hours they want. And just give them a material. Don't give any instructions to them. Just let them create their own play. You just put the toys on the floor, right? Put some blocks, put some measuring cups, put some pots, put some telephones, if you're not real one, maybe pretending one, and then let them explore it, right? Let them think themselves. Let them have their own time and think what I can do with this phone. What I can do with the Bob the Builder's tools. Don't command them. Oh, Bob the Builder tools are useful in building the house. No, you should not do that. Let them think what he can do. You should not tell them the thermometer is only used to check the temperature. No, they can maybe think about something else. Let them create their own imagination. Do imagination stimulation things. Let them repeat the things. Let them continue the same things again and again. Enjoy in the nature. Take them to the beach. Take them to the nature. Walk. and let them explore at the beach. Let them play with the sand and make their own castles, own houses. You don't need to tell them. The houses are always built of concrete and bricks. They maybe think about the sand. The house can be built from the sand. It may not be steady house, but it can be, right? So let them think, let them enjoy. Maybe let they just go in the nature and cut some trees. Then you can guide them. The trees are not good for cutting. But let them do it. Let them explore it and see where their imagination goes. Vary a little less house-like look like. Don't worry that the house will be so messy. If I give a flower to play to child, flower will go here and there. If I give a child to play with the measuring ingredients for baking, he will throw here and there. No, don't think about that. Let them do it. Then if you can tell them to clean the house, that's their imagination as well. They will think how the cleaner cleans. So we can learn about the cleaning skills from there. Focus on process rather than results. Don't worry about that. The cake will not come yummy. Or people are coming to our home, cake will not look yummy. Don't worry about that. You can tell them, my little boy made the cake for us. So they understand it, that this cake is not yummy because this child made it up. They may understand it that it's burnt because child was learning how to hold the hot things. So it took the time to let them cool the oven. Then child brought it out, so it was burnt. So let them do it. Don't worry about the end process because end is not important. Important is how they create, how they imagine the cake should look this way. Model creativity and imagination thinking. You model it as a dinosaur. You dress up as a dinosaur. You dress up as a Bob the Builder and show them that this is how we develop. Turn off the screen. That means don't let them sit 24 hours, 7 days in front of TVs, computers or on the phone. Because what happened in the COVID days, right? Parents was working from home. They hired a babysitters or they may not hire the babysitters and they have to do lot of office work on the computer, right? They just put the children to another computer. They said, sit next to me, please watch this and that. What are they doing? Nothing they're doing. They're just developing their brain in listening a story. Maybe their language dwells from there, but their eyesight is getting weak. Their hearing is getting lost. They're not developing any sensitive things. They're not developing any creative things, imagination things. So we should not give them a screen time. Yeah, that's the 10 ways how we can develop a children's brain. I would like to end up my video with few people's quote, and that may explain to you more about the imagination things. First one is from Willy Wonka. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. This means there is no life if you don't imagination. If you don't dream about building the house, if you don't dream about going to the Paris, how will you reach there? How will you build your house? How will you become a doctor if you don't dream that I want to become a doctor when I grow up? Right? So there is no life about imagination. Another one is, in play a child always behave behind his average age. That means he is 4, right? But he will think about 8 years old or maybe think about as an adult. You know, when we go to school, they may be having a fancy dress competition and child wants to dress up as a policeman, right? For example, New Zealand police wears a blue dress, right? But he wants to wear the green dress. He wants to wear as a brown policeman. Let him be, because in maybe another country is wearing. I can share one lovely story about my nephew. My nephew is nearly at 10 years old now, and he had a fancy dress competition in school. He wants to dress up as a policeman. Mom told her that in New Zealand police wear the blue dress. Why you want to wear the brown? He thought behind his thinking, but he never been to India, right? But he said he may be seen in the movies, I'm not sure. Maybe dad shows him, no idea. But he said to him, I'm going to wear my brown PJs. And mom said, why you want to wear brown PJs? Police don't wear brown PJs. But he said, no, Indian police wears a brown dress. So he wear the brown dress and a blue hat. So he became a India and New Zealand police both. So that's how it was his imagination, right? Let's read the next one. Those who don't think out of the box are easily contented. Means those people who don't think out of the box, they're stuck with their thinking, right? Next one. Imagination is the important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein says, no matter what knowledge you have about this board, it's not important. Important is how we imagine this boat will take us to one place to another in the sea. Right? Important is how we imagining the dinosaurs died long time ago. It's not about the knowledge. Maybe in children's mind the dinosaurs are still alive. Who knows? Don't worry. Let them be thinking that way. When children pretend they are using their imagination to move behind the cord of reality, a stick can be magic wand. A stock can be puppet. A small child can be a superhero. We have seen so many children dress up as a Batman, Superman, right? Let them be. They may not be real creatures, but just let them be. Let them fly like a bird. Maybe they dress up as a bird. Every child is different kind of flower. All together they make this world a beautiful garden. Children are happy because they don't have a file in their mind called all the things that could go wrong. They don't think anything wrong. They just do it. Through unstructured exploration, we foster the development of imagination to create both realistic driven in hand-on science and maths. This one was on the science and math. He was talking about how imagination develop in a science and maths. This topic we will learn next time how we will use a science and a maths to explore children's imagination. Because with the young children under 5 years old age, we will not able to use the chemicals, right, for science. But there is so much imagination they can develop through science activities and maths activities. Thank you for watching today's video. Kaki te ano. See you in the next time. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel, like, comment. If you have any questions, please write in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. Thank you.